also gets for the Salon for the ECOWAS Media Summit. A lot other West African leaders then. Stay with us for in-depth analysis on these issues, plus the resumption of the war between the US, Israel and Iran, the US military launching more strikes on Iranian targets just overnight, as President Donald Trump said the MOU where they reach Switzerland don't come to an end. We'll look at what this mean for the for the global economy. We'll also look at the Senegalese president Bassirou Diomaye Faye announcing say they can open a new political party ahead of the 2029 elections. We'll look at all of these issues this morning here inside the program. My name is Usman Ibrahim Mara. Stay with the Epic Morning Show. Good morning, Salon. As we step into this very new day, let we all remember every single day we wake up for say the sunrise, another opportunity for grow, for learn, and for move closer to your dreams. Not allow yesterday challenges for define you. Just stay focused, work very hard, be kind, and believe in yourself, as success is not built overnight, but it will be built on determined steps at a time. So whatever you face today, face them with courage and with confidence. Have a productive, peaceful and blessed Friday. Let's make today count. Start time with the Epic Morning Show.
Man and go for work hard, man. Work hard, baby. Yeah, man. Life nowadays is not easy. It's not easy. No need for full food, full on, man. That's not true, man. Work hard, you go for sweat. Yeah. Tango can win, man must better. Tango can, man must eat kete. Tango scam, paddy man not take care. Where you work hard, you go eat, man, not to pass 7. Oh, my man, the dunya don't change. Outside things can go for sleep, self love range. Where you work, you must get. Easy work all day, man, you must sweat. Politics, they beat with the NS. Some people that want, now they no more forget. Work hard, I go work hard, paddy man, but I choke back. Stress and money make the face and twist like so black. Anyway, no full food, full on. If work day, practicing up like general. Papers will tell them, let them also bear. Black Snoop say, let them not go see money.
Brother, now for work hard, you go make them one day.
You must make them.
By the way you work hard, you go get you your pay.
You must get them.
Life no more worry, you get for work, forget you young.
That's not true.
Life no more yagba, if you work, you go make them more. If you don't work, you don't make them more. If I always up for say,
You go make a one day.
if you don't sell, you don't make them more. If I always keep your face,
You go make a one day.
work hard, brother.
You go make a one day.
Work hard, sister.
You go better one day.
Anything you do not is wrong, for always keep them faith, keep them faith. If they don't fight for you, tomorrow you gon' make them more. So now for always pray to the Lord, go make you pull it from the wicked on the right way. Pray to the Lord, go make you better, maybe you go come. If you don't offend you, you for wicked, maybe you go get you inside this weekend. But I'm not for patience, work hard, you go get, but I'm not too positive. Patience, you go get one day. Unto the Lord, if I always pray, I know
Sometimes then day when things they go wrong in the community and people they keep quiet. But for keep quiet, not to fix the problem.
Epic
And that's
Radio.
make Epic Radio they bring to you, blowing the whistle. Blowing the whistle like a radio show, which I ordinary people them go talk about what's in really they happen. Now the community them, whether from bad road, no water, poor service, unfair treatments, and corruption. So now this show, where they call out things them respectfully and honestly. And when something good they happen, where people they make progress and real change in their life, we also the talk button. This now you chance, follow you speak up, and follow the hear your voice, and follow you ask questions, when them go answer. Whether you dey live in a town, or in a village, whether you young, or you a woman, or whether you a community leader, or a concerned citizen, this show now for you. We not just dey talk and forget, we dey follow up with the issue.
With the Epic Morning Show on Epic Radio 99.3 FM. Around the world on myepiconline.com, Choice FM, Radio Garden. We're also live in Apuchon districts via Radio Zimi. The morning show also live on Facebook and YouTube, and your websites are www.myepiconline.com. My name is Usman Ibrahim Marat. Today on Friday again, and we review the biggest international stories of the week. But first off, the latest world news. The United Nations has warned that the war in Sudan is showing more signs of possible genocide. A UN fact-finding mission says survivors reported mass killings and a systematic abduction of women and girls. The investigators also say restrictions on humanitarian aid and attacks on food supplies have worsened the humanitarian crisis. The Rapid Support Forces, or RSF, have denied the allegations. Well, the UN is also warning that hundreds of thousands of civilians in the city of El Obeid are at risk of fighting as fighting intensifies. Nigeria is set to receive a $1 billion investment from ExxonMobil and its partner for the UN Unsan on-field offshore oil project. The development is expected to increase the country's oil production by about 40,000 barrels a day. It also marks ExxonMobil's return to drilling in Nigeria for the very first time since 2016. Nigeria's Senate has ordered a fresh investigation into reports of xenophobic attacks of Nigerians living in South Africa. Lawmakers are calling on the government to seek firm assurances from South African authorities that Nigerians will be protected and that those responsible for the attacks will be prosecuted. While some senators are calling for stronger diplomatic actions, others say dialogue should remain the preferred approach. Kenya is set to host a new $17 billion oil refinery backed by the Nigerian businessman Aliko Dangote. The refinery will be built in the coastal town of Lamu and is expected to reduce East Africa's dependence on imported fuel. Company officials say site selection has been completed and engineering work is already underway. Authorities in southern China are warning residents to stay alert after around 900 snakes escaped during severe flooding caused by a typhoon. Many of the snakes are believed to be venomous. One woman has died after a suspected snake bite, while several others have been injured. Officials have deployed a snake catcher, increased supplies of anti-venom, and also prepared hospitals for more possible cases. Several animals, including zebras, miniature horses, and donkeys, also escaped from a flooded zoo. Now, fighting has intensified between the United States and Iran despite efforts to reach a peace agreement. The U.S. says it has carried out strikes on 90 Iranian military targets along Iran's coastline. In response, Iran's Revolutionary Guard, IGRC, says it has also launched missiles and drone attacks on U.S. military bases in Kuwait and Bahrain. Air raid sirens sounded in both countries as their defense systems responded. President Donald Trump of the U.S. has warned that further Iranian attacks could trigger an even stronger U.S. response, while Tehran says it will continue to retaliate if American strikes continue. You know, with the Epic Morning Show, today Friday again, and we review the biggest international stories. One big story to cover this morning here inside the program, and that Salone gets to host the ECOWAS Media Summit. from the 12th to the 19th of July 2026. Salone will be host of several West African leaders, presidents of several countries in West Africa, from the Ghanaian President John Dramani Mahama, Guinea's Mamadi Doumbouya, Senegalese President Bassirou Diomaye Faye, and possibly we'll also see the Nigerian President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, also now the former chairman of ECOWAS himself, come na Salone na Lunge for the ECOWAS Media Summit, which are going to discuss a lot of issues that would affect West Africa. My name is Usman Ibrahim Mara. This is your Epic Morning Show. Stay with us for the next 2.5 hours for both in-depth analysis on local and international stories.
To capture the attention of customers, we focus on cutting-edge marketing communications that communicate, engage, and interact directly with our client's target. Our vast experience in the fascinating world of marketing communications, event management, below-the-line activations, and more ensures that we deliver nothing but amazing results. We are the agency of everything creative. We are Priority Solutions Limited. Talk to us for all your marketing communications, multimedia productions, event management, experientials or activations, media management, public relations, and more. We are a trusted brand, and the results and quality of our services can be seen through the brands we have worked with. Visit our website at www.prioritysolutions.co or call us on +232 76 1032. Priority Solutions, we know what works for you. We have what works for you. We do what works for you. Priority Solutions, what works.
Good morning again. You're highly welcome back to the program. Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Timothy Musakaba, be talk na the Ministry of Information weekly press conference, which I talk about what if I expect inside the ECOWAS Media Summit where Salone gets for host on starting from the 12th of July to the 19th.
This is not only about hosting a conference. This is about a country that is a member of a community. It's been part of this organization since the founding of this organization on May 28, 1975. 51 years on, ECOWAS does serve as the representation of unity, political cooperation, economic cooperation, move from one country to another within the ECOWAS community. So the wisdom of the founding fathers in 1978 was hinged or underpin among the fact say the boundaries the way the former colonial masters been done right. After independence, those boundaries should be practically insignificant and blurred for enable the people them within the ECOWAS community we share similar and sometimes same culture, value, and all of those social characteristics. So that's the core reason for forming this, now for make people able to interact, they will able to get countries interacting with each other, promoting trade, investment, and later on in the 1990s, security became a very principal component of the ECOWAS community organization, where we all see what happened in Liberia in the late 1980s, early 1990s, the intervention of ECOWAS. We then get President Bio as one of those young officers as well. We're going to intervene for restore peace in that country. And we see the role, the sacrifice where ECOWAS make and its member state for restore peace, democracy and stability in Sierra Leone. So of all what ECOWAS don't do and the continued things that ECOWAS do for its member states, we believe say this historic moment where President Bio, the first time they organized this organization in summit in our country.
Now the Bintumani Conference Center. So the main event will be on the 19th. Go happen at the Julius Maada Bio International Conference Center. That complex where government say about $124 million was used to build. Then they get for host the African leaders them for the ECOWAS summit. But a line of events go happen from the 12th of this month to the 18th, and then the 19th, the big event, the ECOWAS Media Summit. Mawia, waiting first of May.
We have a regional bloc that is actually taking real actions to, solve the security issues with the region they get. Of course, we know, say, Nigeria, for instance, is the economic powerhouse of this region. Nigeria is now being faced hugely now by these issues of insurgents, the bandits as we call them, kidnapping and stuff, and so it's a very big concern. These little issues we talk about.
You think say the ECOWAS Media Summit, the hosting of Nafritong, when you change how West Africa, how ECOWAS,
just like the AU, is still, controlled or stage managed by, outside forces. And I feel say the AU and ECOWAS are actually really autonomous, and they are acting 100% in the interest of, the region. Otherwise, I don't feel say we for they get the issues like within they happen at the Sahel. I don't feel so for they get these breakaways. And I think say ECOWAS.
But it's not the very first. It's not ECOWAS of recent times. We don't begin to see breakaways. Mauritania also left the West African bloc. According to the minister of Moped, well, the minister was also quoted as saying that President Julius Maada Bio, as chair of ECOWAS, is also doing all what it takes to make sure that Mauritania returns to ECOWAS.
Yes, and I think Mauritania they attend, the ECOWAS Congress, I think for the first time. According to her, they say they get for attend. I don't think they don't officially return, but I think they get for attend.
Oh, but you did say it will be the big surprise?
Well, according to the minister, he said they expect them for attend. According to written another video, he said they expect them for attend. But in as much as that's a good thing, but what actually they say is, let me say for instance, with the recent things we happen at the Sahel, and why the Sahel actually back out of ECOWAS. It's because ECOWAS is trying to protect the status quo. I think it was just yesterday with France finally pull out na Burkina Faso. They don't pull all them diplomats and ties with Burkina Faso. So officially France and Burkina Faso actually cut ties. So this is one of the things where the Sahel they look forward to. Sahel actually want to do with imperialism, Western imperialism, where you say, okay, you are independent, but then your institutions are not. But then we are going to collaborate in this way. If you not collaborate in this way, we will go sanction you this way, and we're doing this way. I feel say that they don't keep West Africa grounded and Africa by extension grounded, and it's not nice. So for we, I feel like within the ECOWAS don't they do, just like individual government don't they do. Now for continue for panel beats Africa development. And Africa will never truly develop if we just continue for panel beta development. We should be able to try to petition these confessions. Did they actually try to take actions for make sure say, come on, you say you want help, you say you want follow, we go, but then you are also feeling these insecurities. Look what's in there in other parts of Africa, Sudan. Now, the allegations is heavily on, the
RSF.
Yes, the RSF. The RSF. The Dubai, the United Arab Emirates. Yes. On the vaccine, and then they fear, the RSF. In fact, both sides of the coin, and then they fear them for make sure say that conflict they continue. What is AU doing? What is ECOWAS doing? So most of the times.
Well, the thing is, you ask within ECOWAS and the AU, what are they doing? But what can they actually do? With the power we then get for actually step in and resolve issues then will happen in the region.
So if they don't get powers, why do we keep them? That's the question. If they don't really have powers to resolve this issue, why do we keep them?
If they don't get power, why do we keep blaming them for not solving the issues?
No, because they are supposed to. They actually have powers. That is why they have treaties. That is why, that is why we have the body. The body is being set up to make sure we're able to solve countries, individual problems of countries, when the problem exceeds the country's capacity for solve them. You understand? So that is why we have the bloc to help countries when the countries cannot really help themselves. We work together. So if these things are happening, Nigeria independently not able to hold America accountable for sponsoring Boko Haram. In fact, they're not even getting
the American government sponsoring Boko Haram.
There is a plausible reason to believe that because they are.
Why will they sponsor Boko Haram?
There is a plausible reason to believe that because there are already confessions from within their government that this is what is happening. And in fact, there have been several. Video evidences, for instance, where you see American operatives, European operatives, landing there overnight. In fact, the villagers, they confess, whether it's American, whether it's European forces, then they send the ship, the aircraft then to them Islamists there, so then Boko Haram then maybe overnight for supply the weapons. Where these people get weapons? Africa know they produce these kinds of weapons and everything. These weapons are produced in America. They are produced in Europe. How then people also they get it for continue for do the destabilization? So why we not even get the balls so able for stand up to what they actually
anywhere? Download the BNB Cash App today on the Google Play Store for Android users or the Apple App Store for iPhone users. For any inquiries, you can call the BNB Customer Care Service on 072 500 000. Let me go now for a very short break. We will be right back on the Epic Morning Show.
1xBet. Your game has no limits. In 1x Game section, you'll find hits, crash, burning hot, crystal, western slot. Each game is a separate world with real winnings. Play on website or in the app. Visit the 1xbet.sl.
Direct involvement of Israel in all of this, but President Donald Trump during the NATO summit in Ankara, President Trump say the MOU the sign between the US and Iran and Switzerland don't end. It's all over. We also see in response President Trump announced the US could launch strikes on Iran. We see those strikes hit Iranian cities, and then we see Iran responded by attacking Gulf countries with the host US military sites. What do you make of the resumption of the fighting between the US, Israel and Iran, basically?
It's sad for the rest of
can't do and Black Tuesday. We say if I work black for Kanduam, but they don't listen. They do not listen. Those in authority, when people actually they cry for say the economy is very hard, you do some commensurate to the global market price. They do not listen to citizens. But again, what you don't just talk about the US, Israel, and Iran. What you make of the resumption of fighting?
So that is what I'm saying. I'm saying it's on two fronts. The rest of the world was really happy. The fact say this thing, they come to fruition because of every effect where they get on the rest of the world, especially we in Africa, But then it's very, very also sad now that they say, oh no, this they happen again. It's a sad thing for we, and I think say get for continue for dealt the blow. But I think so we think get for happen eventually, Now the fact that we get for get used to this always because.
How did they make Maui? Because even American President Trump just a few days ago when late leader of Iran Ayatollah Ali Khamenei was laying in state, President Trump make remarks. He say like how they all get us. It's like how they all get us. So people left one bomb, they all die. So it's both sides want to assassinate. So what's it make any difference? Iran, of course, don't want to see President Trump in power. President Trump don't want to see the regime in Iran in power. So what's the difference in this? Everybody want to kill themselves. It's no secret.
Yeah, it's no. The thing about Trump and America, we don't say this the last thing. I think the whole world we still live in illusion because if we live in the reality we always ourselves for ourselves by now Trump not supposed to for 6 years. If the reality we Israel not get the master key.
Israel know for do.
Israel not get the master key. Now that make I be argue with some of me friends then the other say way Trump say Israel. Trump they give some remarks about Israel and how they handle them fight in Lebanon, especially when the MOU been start, and say, Israel for take it easy. Because the one for kill Hezbollah, no means they get for go kill, entire people in a building. So it be look at that time as though the relationship between Trump and Netanyahu and the American government and Israel basically they go south. But maybe actually no say it no go actually go south because the Zionists we actually they feel all of these things. They are very, very strong in America and the American government. And I feel like it will be very, very hard for, just take out the Zionists and the Israeli lobby. So now they make this war, it get for go a very, very long way. I don't think this war go ready for end very, very soon. But I just think this for me, I believe so we need for see we need for see this from the angle of this was supposed for done. So for me, would we for put pounds on firstly the people who start this war and the people who they continue for fear the war for no that then definitely not like we. So this continued argument for defend, this one get rights, or this one no get rights, or this one get rights, or this one no get rights. I feel like say whether this get rights or this no get rights, it just get for continue for affect we. Now we for put pressure on the leaders and for them able for take actions for able for avoid these things when they happen. Because remember, where issues like this they happen, it can put a strain on you. But when you are pushed to the wall, you now supposed to find ways how you demand over for make sure say the effects no too harsh on your citizens. For now, we talk about, for instance, the issue around fear. What can Sierra Leone do about the fear issue so that what's in the happen currently no go affect we better? Maybe we need for change resources of USA with the get fear. Maybe we need for make different alliance now. Maybe we need for make get different connections on how we get with livelihood, how we get, so maybe we need for be a bit defiant because in all of this we just continue for be obedient for the continue for follow MCC scorecard and forget impact fund and all of these things. For me, I think it's crazy. We need to change these sources.
But I'll just go ahead. And there's another issue where don't they receive a lot of attention in West Africa recently, and that's Senegalese President Bassirou Diomaye Faye announcing for say he will launch a new political party ahead of the country's next elections. We know the issue between Bassirou Faye and Ousmane Sonko will make sack Ousmane Sonko from the position as Prime Minister of the government. Ousmane Sonko the next day landing safe at the job as the Speaker of the Senegalese Parliament. What do you make of Faye announcing for say he's forming his new political party, and you think forming his own party will sort of get any upset in the next election? You go see him going head to head against Ousmane Sonko?
No, it could be. Remember, the man gets, I think, 3 or 4 more years na power, and he's the president. For me, they expect this because currently the man is the president. No matter how you look at him, because most of we will look at him from the angle that okay, this guy actually came na power through the past safe card, and we get the former prime minister when had been the head of PASTEF, where everybody knows, okay, he was actually the favorite until they knock out. So because of this, you go on for say, the Faye no get the kind grip. But no, you cannot say that because the man is the president, and when you are the president, no matter how you can have power, you already have influence. So remember,
popular Ousmane Sonko is in Senegal. He thinks if even with the power of the president we get, forming his new political party, getting to campaign to people, for even aware for say there's a new political party na the ballot paper. You think in the next, I think it's in 2029 or 2030, they will hold the next election. You think in any way Faye we had that ability there for be a popular president? Because there are lots of issues, by the way, we for resolve be as president. I mean, the country is growing debt, billions of dollars.
In the powers, but that no mean say it's an easy card, because like you already know, Sonko is the popular man, and I feel like he really gets a huge power and gets the edge for whatever going to happen inside the next election.
Melvin, good morning. Well, one big issue, like I tell you, Mawia, we go back to the issue of Salone hosting the ECOWAS Media Summit. Mawe also thinks it's very significant for Salone, but what do you make of that? You think it's something where Sierra Leoneans celebrate for the very first time in more than 40 years, the country go host ECOWAS, the country go host African leaders then?
So from the money side, that's huge and whooping, and somebody go on for say, well, why not invest in
the
this?
Money where you call, is it $102 million you mentioned?
I say 101.
$101 million. That's totally a part of that is not even part of the $124 million spent to build that Lunge complex center.
And that is a PPP. Government stand as guarantor. Whereas the Turkish company FG something, I was reading on the company's website. They are called FB Group, and if you look at fbgroup.com, they are very clear. They will provide parts information on the construction and the nature of the PPP. But the good news is that the Minister of Finance, it's called opportunity cost.
But you think waiting don't be spent on the ECOWAS ahead of the ECOWAS Media Summit a commensurate to the benefits we Salone will receive after the summit?
Answering that question would be hypothetical because we don't begin see.
No, expected for receive.
Oh, of course. I'm not an economist, but whether it go there in that region of money spent, it's a matter of waiting the government can report back, or the Minister of Finance or operatives within the government. So I don't want for
as in waiting Salone benefits from the summit.
Yes, in terms of, I mean,
you know of, because most times it's Nigeria hosting ECOWAS summits. Yeah, you know of waiting Nigeria can benefit from ECOWAS summit.
Even Nigeria self, they have not been so. I mean, there are skeptical reports. We always done the state, but Nigeria is benefiting a lot from hosting not only ECOWAS summit but also hosting ECOWAS parliaments and others, because you have to look at traveling, air tickets traveling to Nigeria. That was the beginning of our economic downfall.
The OAU summit back then.
Yeah, the OAU summit, and it was almost the same kind of thing done President Sheki of.
It's also building the Tumani Conference Center and all.
So the infrastructural cost is huge, and looking at competing domestic priorities, it's easy for argue say I will not need them, but for me as a Sierra Leonean, the people already come. It left to me how we pray we bid and so vocally don't they, because we don't put we couple, and we don't put we couple pass on thing. If we try for do it in a Frenchman they call l'argent appel l'argent, money for now they call money. We don't put money, so we for do all things necessary for level for derive some economic benefits from them.
Yeah, Melvin, when you compare USAID and build this,
that place will not only be used for ECOWAS summits, it will be used for other activities where it's way kind of a minor. I will for the lobby international organizations then for the can use that facility there. It's important.
Maybe that's why governments don't pull out $25 security tax where people be pay.
Well, I think so that for return money them back. Government for returning money them back because you know this is the thing about political arrogance. When that levy was introduced, some of us were very critical. But now because ECOWAS is coming here, I think that is the first immediate benefit we don't get. Me don't see some man there now before come on the airports, now we pull some of them things there because of that money there. So now government don't pull them. I think say the first benefit of the ECOWAS summit is that one, that airport security task, we don't see the back of that is one. But back to the point of crossover and free tongue and good goods and forbidden and free tongue. So two factors, accessibility to the capital is one, then the road infrastructure in the capital is another one.
Or is it because the chair of ECOWAS, the one for other African leaders, them can't see how the capital cities is compared to their own countries?
But already preliminary meetings have been held at Bintumani. So then team
ECOWAS ministers, these government ministers.
Some of them don't care.
Yes.
On that tripartite. So the advanced team they're already there. From my reliable sources, the advanced team, then they are the protocols and all that, they are here. But I will tell you the challenge here is President Biona Gwan disgrace Salone, playing car left people and president then Alungi, don't tell you say, hey, boats not for cross with there.
Hey, but President Biona can just use a yacht and transport any president who can use
President Biona get yacht?
The yacht was the President Biona used the last time we're going to Lungi. I don't know if I can get them, but President Biona can use them. It's more like.
Well, do we have the capacity for Kaole? Because if the amount can not be there, how far we do for transport them president? President Biona in vehicle for go. Because imagine go take Calef, better the distance not too long. But most of those presidents, you know, we allow them to work at that 2 minutes from the terminal for Kauban at the complex. So of course you need for accord them. So China they show we say, well, then
who then gets for use the vehicles then? Because if you are hosting the leaders them at the complex itself,
diplomatic protocol allow president.
You know, if you are hosting them at the complex itself, and that same complex the summit gets for happen. No,
the terminal is different from the complex. You tell people the president Abu Black. We are president on the Abu Black. Like different sectors.
Well, okay, President Bio's, are you proud of President Bio's leadership
of ECOWAS
in Sierra Leone internationally?
Now, Salone the pie need for do more, but internationally.
So you're not proud of him internally?
Hold on.
No, Melvin, answer. You're not proud of President Bio within Salone?
Nationally, President Bio can do more. Internationally,
you're proud of him?
Of course.
Okay.
Well. That man non BC10. I mean, his message to the world. If they're not for be respected, they're not for be given the opportunity for them kaya. If in country for be one kind way, they're not for be allowed. So, in as much as domestically there are challenges which I cannot say I'm proud of, But internationally, of course, he's the flying president, so that alone should accord him that respect where they can show.
President come presuming bombing of Iran. Iran also retaliating by launching strikes on Gulf countries. We also talk about Senegalese President Bassirou Diomaye Faye saying he go launch a new political party ahead of the next general elections. What do you make of Faye saying that a new political party go day na Senegal ahead of the next elections? We go on under the ticket against Ousmane Sonko?
So I was watching the news 12 hours ago. It says the highest court in Senegal has annulled the constitutional revision passed by Parliament that limited presidential power, thereby strengthening the National Assembly and the Prime Minister's office. The court ruled on Thursday. Now that the Supreme Court is saying that the decision being taken to strip Faye from not establishing his own party is illegal, then the battle line has been drawn.
You think in any way, because Ousmane Sonko is very, 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 very popular in Senegal. We see where Faye Sakam growing support among Senegalese youths, the Senegalese population. They throw their support behind Ousmane Sonko. You think forming his own political party, Diomaye Faye, go create any upsets in the next election?
Of
or
course,
possibly even win the next elections?
I doubt if he go win, but it will cause manipulations. We go, in fact, plunge the democratic stability of Senegal, because it's already
about turning its back. Even before them two, Faye and Sonko, where them go, they separate ways them. Even when things were normal, there were conversations within the party itself for say the next election, not to Faye go then at the tickets of Pastef, now Ousmane Sonko.
And because they no say Faye. Now, like we fall soon amok power na even get. As Sonko, this warrior anyway, heady warrior in all level. In all level, because now Sonko forbidden be the president, where all sides are equal, everything is square. But because Sonko he approach towards power, not to
president and using all the powers of the
and then in a different level, because I get for do manipulation. One don't begin see the sign, the constitutional court will begin ruling in favor.
Can Faye in any way manipulate the elections and go scot-free?
Why not?
But we see even when Macky Sall, the last term before they left power, and these elections we usher in Diomaye Faye as president, we postpone election for just a few months. We see mass protests. We make President Sall be get for council line plan there for postpone the next the elections in Senegal. You think the Senegalese population they encourage in any way vote rigging?
The context you set is very perfect. Now, in as much as my fear is Faye might want to manipulate, but with the people of Senegal and the kind of, Senegal, I don't suffer done. No left for one say. Now so go get beat to my Faye.
When I saw go say for Sabura Kamara back say don't suffer too much for politics.
Me no know if Sabura don't suffer. That man waiting in isolation right now. Me don't know if he don't suffer or he suffer. But that's a separate kettle of fish.
But two elections, you don't lose two elections against President beyond the SLPP. Things then go so you say, hey, Samoa Kamara, if you come back, we go vote for you as president. We go make you win because you don't suffer.
I will tell you, Samoa Kamara has got grassroots support in some quarters of the APC. You cannot rule him out.
They get support at the APC too.
They get some.
What about the leadership of the APC? Get support.
We say Ernest Kumar don't put leak audio against the man. Say the man not reliable and blah blah blah. That's a different kettle of fish.
It's almost 5 minutes to 9 o'clock. Let me take calls inside the program. After this very short.
From this country. We go back, we keep quiet tomorrow before blame the cow blame.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Same thing according to history. When Shaka say OAU, we all glad. Now after we go bad now for the country, after we put up as a custody.
All right. Thank you very much. Etide Lunge, you will see presidents them at least. Yeah? Let me take more calls inside the program. You can call me on 079-994-993. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Uswamala.
Anamta, good morning.
Let me thank you very much, my brother. This last caller, Lunge, Lego de Pam. A man that we know like development for system. What is a man 18 safe in a one? But I look Lunge now, and Lunge trading the same. clear.
All right.
And I'm gratefully playing.
Thank you very much, Anamta. 079-994-993. Call me inside the first segment of the program. Hello, good morning. Hello. 079-994-993. Call me inside the show till on Friday again, and we will review the biggest international stories. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. This is Abakar from Fomex.
Bakar, go ahead. 1 minute.
I'm really surprised the mouthpiece we in Anamta, the way they go at Saman. If President Bio get the interest of Salone, he get the interest of the people of this country. Now the very first time this way, all men people and they all for come inside freedom. One, it attracts investors. Two, it attracts tourism. Let them for shop, show how the country is. But you see, they see this as disgrace.
Just a quick Melvin they talk. Then see that it boost we people and go know what we at the wall say yes indeed. Samuel Usogi. And I go to Melvin, I always can tell I said, Melvin, you self try pull close. Let you send from party, you will go there with you. You see them apply. Do you mean a big at the big side? This is what I will continue for fasting with you. Say one day you see one color. Thank you, sir.
Melvin, you get plan for former party? You want for going to politics?
No comments for now.
You say for now, but you get plan for them in the future?
No comments for now.
The last they ask you, I say if President Bio give appointment, Melvin, you could go. You say you will accept President Bio appointment.
Go back to your records.
But you can decline her now.
Oh, so you want me to decline?
Well,
so
you can decline now if it's kind of question with you, I say.
But what you take that time on it for just 2 days conference?
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You know, things in be if we don't be very right, we are for they actually host the ECOWAS summit, this media summit for host time, the newly built ECOWAS headquarters where 100% funded by the Chinese. That donation the Chinese government give to ECOWAS. You don't think say we don't be right for they host them there?
Yeah, so now that make the other man with say we then host G summit this side, we then they host this one if not bad. Nobody know they say for host something not bad, but then you have to look at resources and compete it.
Those countries have the structures.
Yes, they are.
Now because we will not have only something now that makes we tell OAU village today them don't say about all to themselves. If you not the same way they have that OAU been there, them quarter then they been done there, well and fine. But now not being forget no problem again we say for friend or in place for them popular. Now then say them all of them make that
okay. We know they get you very
them Canada, all of them president have a lodge. But if you don't say about to we self, so always now with the blame game up as a be made. Would have no never been done all been get sense. Or you really not be made because for any corner we been going to meet like then at this country at 24 hours. So when I go to mention saying oh you play this country me are not saying so.
Thank you. Let's take one more call. Melvin, a message just don't come from person we say willing for joining the political party.
No comment.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Give me now. We got problem too. So President, you got on here today. He be one of the popular president to be chairman for ECOWAS. So maybe if you congratulate to President, why anger no free? For me, na poro na money na see you again do.
Commander Jibo, thank you so much. We don't go way above the time. Let's just get on to two studio guests them for respond to the callers them very quickly, and we wrap up the show. Maria.
Yes, so I think the most important thing for understand about the ECOWAS, I feel say it gets very huge advantages where the brain comes to the country, but then that don't mean say if person raise concern for important. But then we have to look at competing priorities and then evaluate whether this is what it's or not.
Melvin.
Then get one parable say where you aim for the sky, where you go further on top of the mountain. And I think this is the situation we find ourselves. Until we see the end of this summit, it's too early for us to say whether it was successful or not. What's if Fambulem? We will talk to economy, we talk about economy. We all have, I mean, everybody know that Melvin is a skeptic of this government. But what if ECOWAS, maybe by the end of the session, they announce a package of, let's say, $2 or $3 million for Sierra Leone?
What's in the when you compare to the $86 million?
It will mean something of a difference. You know, well, some of them might not get access to it, but from what I understand, I think the Minister of Information can fact check me on this. It seems as if there are going to be some activities here in Freetown.
Bintu Mani, yes. So it starts on Sunday.
So if it's going to be
the first 5 days,
if it going to be back and forth, you know, say mean first of Freetown and Lungi. So yes, there can be reservations as much as they can. But let we wait and hope for the best. We can't give no to the poorest. We can't give no to the worst. All right?
I only die for poor. Yeah.
I mean, poor no will kill we.
All right.
All right. Yeah. And so the final aspect on me forming a political party. Una pray firstly join one political party first, if God says so.
Find hits, Crash, Burning Hot, Crystal, Western Slot. Each game is a separate world with real winnings. Play on website or in the app. Visit the onexbet.sl and use a SL126 promo code to get a 200% bonus up to 2,800 Sierra Leonean Leones. 1X Games, a world of games, wherever you are.
Hello and welcome to Bees and Echo News with Marion Precious George. Inside today's edition of the Bees and Echo News, India decision for increase the share of biofuel blended with petrol don dey face range from driver them wey question the product viability in a market where majority of vehicle them not designed for that. The world largest and the lingering effect of the energy shock from the one at the Middle East and technology-driven investment boom. West Africa, they spend more than 3.5 billion every year for import rice, even though the continent need processing land, water resources, and farming tradition, as well for produce enough of the staple domestically. One irony where economists them say represent one of the region's biggest untapped investment opportunity them. According to one article where Bangwaza Inchin, Vice President for Planet, and Usumene Diangana, Vice President West and Central Africa for World Bank Group, them say the region can transform a rice sector into one major driver of economic growth, employment, and food security, but only through sustained investment in productivity, infrastructure, and market development. They also urge that reducing dependence on imported rice not to just food security objective anymore, but an economic vital for West Africa, whose agriculture remain the largest employer and critical source of rural income. The World Bank executive points to the newly developed ECOWAS Regional Rice Roadmap 2025 to 2035 as a blueprint where capable for reverse the trend. Backed by the World Bank Group, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, and other development partner them, the strategy envision West Africa achieving rice self-sufficiency by 2035 through targeted marketing-driven investments them. Under the roadmap, regional rice production will increase to 34 million metric tons of mill rice, primarily by narrowing the region's seizable yield gap rather than expanding cultivated land. Now all this we get for you inside the Bees and Echo News. Mina Marion Precious George.
the headline World Cup final halftime show. And for a couple of months now, the singer on the out of public eyes. So Bruno Guimaraes don't tell Newcastle that he want for left them and join Arsenal as making desire known to Newcastle. And Fulham that appoints Alvaro Abiola for be the new head coach on a 3-year deal. He could play against fellow Spaniard Xabi Alonso in his first game in the Premier League. And according to 2002 Brazil captain Wina Cafu don't criticize the Premier League that more Brazilians than would move to the Premier League. Not even they not the peak of being the best player, but the English media can hype these players, and this also don't cost Brazil their performance over the years. And Aurelien Tchouameni don't sign a new contract with goalkeeper Real Madrid for the next 5 years. And it is all out for Coco Gauff as he don't finally be knocked out from the Wimbledon into the single women's category as he been lost to Carolina. So for this morning, all this will bring to you Inside Sports Updates.
I hope that our visitors would listen to the song carefully, because it's true. They're trying their best to stop our progress with bad propaganda. I mean the foreign press. Bad things are blown out of proportion and spread all around. But the good things of the island they will never mention. Like our scholars have sit and passed every test. There's nothing about that in the foreign press. You know our music New York every day. You know our sportsmen are rated amongst the best. There's nothing about that in the foreign press. All the lovely buildings which shows our progress. There's nothing about that in the foreign press. But a little shanty town and a woman in a ragged dress. Bet your life it making headline in the foreign press. True, true. True, true.
Kuma, Minkabi Pahamba Kuma, when I'm a member of the APC Publicity Secretariat and also the aspire for become the next Publicity Secretary of the main opposition All People's Congress. Good morning, Kairu. It's a pleasure for getting at the program.
Good morning, Reginald. Good morning, Epic. I'm delighted for the year.
All right. We also will get on the line Mike Bewa, Director of Communication, State House, as he currently they out of the country. We will talk to him as well very shortly, virtual, as himself now we guest now the program this morning. Well, topics that we will discuss, we will look at the postponement of the rescheduling of the APC constituency election. We'll discuss that one, and also we go look at the opening of the border, the border between Sierra Leone and Guinea, the Yenga border. The government confirmed this week that the border are open. Just say the action all the things that we action for do it. Not anything in the way people actually ask the APC for do.
Yeah, well, first of all, we need to know waiting happen will lead to these directives.
Okay.
Now we all know say first the date will be put that the 30th of June 2026. But that day did be affected because of the bereavement. We lost the national chairman of the party. We lost Honorable Lucinda Finda-Kelly. We lost Comrade Omega Sise. So we get for Gide all a befitting burial. So within that process, they will advise we say because we get monarchs that we travel far and wide. Now the entire country then come, or being representatives from all the 16 districts. For Kangi, the chairman, it be fitting burial. We get people then from the diaspora who advise we say, let we give another week. So we'll be sent on to the 4th.
Okay.
Now, you notice say the party being published the voter register for constituency elections. You raise some other issues we get for the publication of the list.
Okay.
Yeah, so people actually be looking to all of them concerns, and the one that will raise issues say omission of names. The one that will raise issues say they don't replace people that will not be supposed to replace. The one that will raise issues about the one that will for be declared as elected unopposed, and the one that will raise issues about the list, and all people actually be now put that together.
They compile all together.
Call the party leadership and call the petitioners, call the IEMC and the IECB. The IEMC now the Independent Elections Management Committee.
Okay.
The IECB now the Complaint Board.
Okay.
So they look into that day and then advise accordingly. One, then give you the directives they are. So you go not say on the 9th of July, PPRC give them directives. They say the Commission's directives to the All People's Congress. One, then say with a paste and they so that somebody so at least then they go and show say nobody is disadvantaged.
Okay.
So we've been directed to do that also. Then the further also direct we say the secretariat shall make available excuse me.
Okay.
So then give them directives and they say we for also make available some of the requests them way the member then request. C, say the secretariat shall make available the said candidate list for the pending constituency elections to the IEMC on the same date that the same is published. So, like where the party publish any list if we send out to IEMC simultaneously. Because IEMC for able to corroborate the list. Therefore, no say waiting the party publish, what who don't paste, now the same will give them.
Okay.
So that difference is not good. Because members they also be done the complaint say Trade will be go do election at lower level later relating to any ward within the constituency remains unresolved.
Okay.
So you know say after we be done conduct elections for 446 wards.
Yeah.
Then you been get some petitions there where the IECB be look into.
Okay.
Then petitioners and they some of them then be still go PPRC. Say they're not satisfied. So PPRC been go about 26 or so of them petitions and they then be upheld them. Say yes, the IECB right. Few been there where they be say let them go redo. So then go redo them. Later issues them been there. So then once then they will still get issues fall within constituencies. We get few na Cambia. We get maybe one or two na Kono and some other places.
Okay.
So they say that once then they will still get issue. Let we not conduct elections for them constituencies then they
until the issue they resolved.
Until the issues are resolved. So now why we not for conduct election for them constituencies and they now because the ward executives are waiting for elect and the outgoing constituency executives and the MP and councillor
expectancy. I see we've made some amount of progress in that direction. You really want to shed some light on as to how we get Usai with this at the moment?
Oh, sure. The life expectancy, I want to let people understand, not like a barometer. What I mean by that, not like a measure. How do they measure the healthcare system of a country? How do they measure good nutrition? How do they measure how people they live in a country? Now, a statistical projection where they show countries where they do well in certain areas, meaning how long people then they take for let them die in that country day. 8 years ago, you know say the life expectancy for Sierra Leone be over around 50, 52, 54 because of a lot of determinants them. Because of poor healthcare systems, because of poor education, poor access to healthcare. But over the past 8 years, it don't rise up to 62. And this is not to really talk, not to we put them records there together. Where you look at the PubMed, You look at UNFPA, UNDP, UNICEF, WHO, trading economics, the world data, population data, they all put them out there, say Sierra Leone life expectancy don't come up to 62%. That is something we should celebrate. It tells you that the policies the move don't put in place, it's working. It tells you, say, our healthcare system is improving. It tells you, say, education is improving. And one of the things that we take a look at is this. This is not something we just improve no more from nowhere. It improved because of the healthcare investments we make. If you take a look at how we don't invest in healthcare, we don't come. Healthcare spending, we increase them to around 11. It was around 6. 2018, we don't increase them to around 11. We are not still there because according to the Bamako initiative, it should be around 15. But we're trying. We'll get there. The Minister of Health, they work so much for them, make sure say we get there to 15. You see the investments we don't make. We don't build over 300 peripheral health units them across the country. We vaccine chain for make sure say picking them get vaccinated across this country. It's tremendous. You look at the UNICEF report. Over 90% of Sierra Leone are picking them more than they born. Now they get vaccines, not to sweep the trade because of picking them, they get access to vaccine that they make before they reach them 5th birthday, they don't die. But now picking them because of the cold chain systems and more don't put in place, the solar systems and more don't put on peripheral health unit for make sure so we maintain the vaccine system before they reach the picking them. All that need the help. The reduction of maternal mortality. One thing I want to let people understand, but I won't talk about mortality, when they talk about death, when they talk about die. Within this report they show say the way people then be they die, they not so they die now in a salon. All that as a result of our good healthcare system. Because now, so people that are educated, then they're able to take care of their hygiene. When people are educated, then they're able to know, say, what's in the risky behaviors they want to know for getting to. When people are educated, then they're able to plan them families well. One of the things and the factors that will be responsible for the people that they die quickly, people don't get access to healthcare. The people that they treat themselves. But the woman in the born villages, and they don't get trained midwives, them trained personnel, some way they attend them. They don't know when for do referral systems, and then they die. But that all don't reduce now. Another thing you say, they happen again, but they happen the kind they happen again. So we as a government, we as a people, we believe so then kind of investments I would invest in primary health care, then kind of investments I would invest in education. You see what thing we do, we can spend on ASAM up to one of the highest in Africa. We're up to 21%. Not to say we do. 8 years ago, because we prioritize.
Wait, now is to 21% education?
Yes, education.
Okay.
Education spending.
Yes,
21%.
Okay.
Yeah, so because we value, we know that anything they had to move country. We know how you invest in people directly. When people are educated, then they're able to make informed decisions. When people are educated, then they're able to plan their life. When people are educated, then they able to plan them family. All them disparities there will be done there for a very long time. I mean, the care goes along with it. But right now, we are not there where we need to be. I always tell people, anytime I come on radio, I know they tell you say salon at heaven, I know they tell you say salon. Don't they also one lady? But Sierra Leone is moving. We are not retrogressing. That is my argument. That is my pitch. That is what I would defend every day if I come on radio and tell anybody. In every sector, Reggie, Epic Radio. In every sector of this country, we don't make gains there. We don't make gains in agriculture. We don't make gains in tourism. We don't make gains in healthcare. Recently, you see, have happened in this country, where President Bill go buy diagnostic machines then. They put them in the hospitals then. You go to district hospitals them across this country now. They all get a standalone power systems. You get special baby care units in the hospitals then. So they open my chop picking and they born and they die. But now, I'm not saying they already die, but they already die like how they not be die because we get 10 personnel now. So they have 40 doctors that they come out now, commerce. Now we get 80 where they come out. We train more nurses them, more midwives them. Yes, what they've done, we're not able to incorporate them all inside the healthcare system because it is a burden on what? The financial burden on government. Well, every year, recently we just enroll, now the portal will just enroll 3,000 back. So what am I saying here? I'm saying this is something that every Sierra Leonean should celebrate. This is an indicator, a scorecard where they show say there is progress. This is something where they tell you say Now, a health of the population, and the show, now, they determine how two things they determine any country they go before. The health of the population and how educated that country they dey. And this is the scorecard. Say we don't raise up to 62. Even though, yes, it's small, it's still there below. They're among the lowest, some countries and they're above, but they're above many countries then. Like even Nigeria. When you look at Nigeria GDP, it's over 300 billion. You look at the population, it's over 240 million. In Nigeria, it's below the life expectancy. And still they're around the 50, and they hover around there. We beat St. Paddy's. Lots of countries that are around. We beat Guinea, we beat Liberia. We beat other countries and Gambia in this. So we start be the done bottom. You can remember, Reggie, 2023, 2024. How inflation spiked in this country, but they're around 54%. We don't they don't come down small. So these are all indicators we want to let people understand, say, the Sierra Leone People's Party, led by President Julius Maada Bio in government, now government will care for the people. Now government will believe, say, the right thing them where they make country go before, where they invest in people. Now people they
Mike, I come back to, but quickly, this even though they make progress, we're still below the global average of the life expectancy. How can we get there? I mean, and reach the global average?
So that's what I'm saying. It's about we are marching forward to that. Now 70, at the global average. We're there 62 now, Reggie. So now like we're moving. We'll be there 50. Don't forget, say 50, 8 years ago. Now we don't count 62. We're still there below the global average, but we are moving there. So that is why it is very expedient, very important for let you get the next SLPP government, because now we no more get the foresight. Now we no more sabi. Now we no more know how to do this. Now we no more believe, say, we need for invest in healthcare. Now we believe, say, for train more doctors. Now we believe, say, for train more nurses. Now we believe, say, every belly woman where they born picking our upline for get access to professional healthcare. We believe in education. Yes, we education not perfect. People will sound critics and will kind of don't say, oh, yeah, teacher then still they take money. This free education, they are not to think a better learner from. But you know what tell me, say the learning outcomes sort of improve. You know what tell me, say more girl picking and not they finish school today. You know what tell me, say more young man don't get access to education. You know what tell me, say more people than today don't get awareness how important is education. So what am I saying, Reggie? We are marching forward. We are moving forward. We are taking steps. The message where I want to tell Sierra Leoneans this morning is what? Sierra Leone is not retrogressing.
Right.
We know they can be. I don't care what the critics I want for put them there. I don't care the propaganda. But we are not coming down. We are not retrogressing. We're making steps. Economy is improving bit by bit. Feed salon they kick up small. Electricity we don't increase them. So this is why we want to let people understand. So let people know they listen to what propaganda and that. We know things are hard. We know things are difficult. Globally, all over the world, things are hard. But waiting, I want to let people understand the president will get a care about the people of this country. A care about the health of this country, a care of the young population of this country. That is why it's investing.
I want time in education. All right, I come back to you. We never can talk about the opening of the border. I mean, Yenga, there are still few challenges. Stay on the line. They come back to you. Let's talk about the reopening of the border crossing point. Last week we talked to the chief with it. He said Yenga don't open. He said, but yet still now the Guinean military people now. Minkailu, you think these governments within power the movement within governance don't really handle the Yenga situation well? It has been open as the government announced, and then residents don't confirm say yes it's open, but yet still they under we control. What not you position or the position of the APC on the opening of Yenga? Has it been really handled well by this government?
Yes, Reginald, you asked Mike Berra a question on life expectancy.
Yes, I don't say you have to comment on that.
Of course.
All right, okay.
Because you don't make an indictment of the APC.
Reggie, I am not here.
No, you don't make an indictment of the APC. You cannot be making statements.
Hello, yes, hello, Mike.
Yeah.
Yes, I see Mike.
No, of course. You cannot make statements and you don't expect response or responses.
Yes.
So,
but Mike, me not even sit down to you.
Let me talk differently.
No.
Mike, please hold on the line.
So we need to know that clearly. Then again, life expectancy in 2018 or 8 years ago, now be 59 years, not to be 50 years. We for know that clearly. So when
that's like based on you share resource.
Yeah,
business in the
now you say can check.
Okay.
Go to
World Bank.
Yes, UNFPA, other institutions.
Okay. Right. I'll do that. Yes.
Watch. In 2018 it was 59.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes. So we need for no denting. You not go say I'm not going to respond to denting. Now, life expectancy in Sierra Leone. I mean, we for no say government na continuity. For late day 59, you don't go 62. No say people that we don't beat. So in all of the indicators, then if you do a comparative analysis, cover. Now he also talked about allocation to budgetary allocation to education. He said they don't take out to 21%. Yeah. I agree. And that's what they look forward to. But we saw we meet at Regina. We met it at 3.07%
from Pakaba.
From Pakaba in 2007. We took it to 15%. From 3% to 15%. And from 15% to 21%, which one Boku would have do more improvement in terms of budgetary allocation. So need for no denting any. Government is continuity. Like what President Bio don't do, most of the things that we good with APC come, would they improve on them? So if we take budgetary allocation to education from 3% to take up to 15%, the owner can take on to 21%. We do more personal. If you life expectancy been based on 1034, they will take on to 59. The calculator in the old loans 7.9 trillion. If now in the new loans now 7.9 billion. But in the old loans, if you want to make comparative analysis, so from 1.8 to 7.9, is that not a retrogression? The percentage increment from we on term, we been saying as 6.3% of GDP to now. Just calculate, you go know what's in at the percentage increment. Now it's about 7.9 trillion. It will give you 338.89%.
Okay.
You don't understand. You come out and you come to the budget. What's in be the total budget during your own term? Now be 5.4 trillion.
The total government budget.
Yes, government budget.
Okay.
Sierra Leone budget.
Okay.
Every year the Minister of Finance will go read the budget. What's in be the budget? The total proposed budget for 2017, when they been present at Parliament, now 5.4 trillion. When I said them, the budget then they then they present.
Yes, go ahead.
Now this now from the Ministry of Finance.
Okay.
Now the Minister of Finance and can present them budget here.
Yes.
You know, so you can get the main budget and later you can get supplementary
budget.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So wait till make they bring this to focus now that with all of the improvement in the traditional SLPP be accused, we say we they spend like a drunken sailor. That we get a bloated wage bill. That when they come then they reduce the wage bill. So now look the how the wage bill lay. Then we talk say create a lot of embassies and diplomatic missions where they can President Bio say this. Say where they come they cut down, but they don't count more diplomatic missions and embassies than we. Now I make all the money I don't boku.
Right.
So now.
Okay.
So I don't want to bring this
alone. And all but waiting they happen now, the people everything on ground they say na Guinean and they overtake they don't believe base day. In fact now the money that they use they and they not feel safe for return again to Yenga. So then they nearby environment and all.
I don't know why we present for we say for be very weak. I know they say law going to combatancy or military or guerrilla warfare. That is not what I am suggesting. But I think say we get international laws. We get Article 24 of the UN Charter, the non-interference into the internal affairs of another state. The territorial borders of a state, are well protected. They should be protected.
Okay.
I mean, we don't want conflict, but we also get the law. We get international laws with the guide we. If we say we don't get some diplomatic engagements, we don't get meetings, we don't sign pacts.
Because when you put me and a man on flyer, it's not like I don't like him. It's not like he's my brother. We just get divergent political views about how to run the country. I strongly believe, say, he cares about Sierra Leone just like I do. I just feel, say, we disagreements on policies, reforms, and order for lead the country. But I equally also believe, say, when we sit on platforms for people to engage, we have to be respectful to each other. That is very paramount. But if you are disrespectful to me, If I'm disrespectful to him, he doesn't want to sit with me. He will not sit with me. I have an office I protect. Me no I will begin belligerent on the radio for sure say I tough, for sure say I even judge this man. No, I work with the office of the president. Certain things and I don't engage into it, especially if I'm not learning, it's not adding value or they add value to the people the way they listen to we out there. So maybe don't make them very clear. Say me and Amani, I don't want to sit down because not to say out of malice. I don't want something. I say something. At the end of the day, we disappoint Sierra Leoneans. I believe, say we as citizens, we as communicators, we have the utmost responsibility for make sure say we talk to people them out there. Anyway, make I just come back to the question we asked me. I don't want to go back and forth with in data them way a pool because that is not what I'm here for. But if you go back, you listen me, what I say hover around 50. I say the life expectancy in 2017, 2018 hovers around 50. I don't specify, say 54, 52, I don't know. Anyway, but if it make that way, what would they say? It's still progress. It's 62. At least we all do not agree, say we're making progress. It's 62. If not one step safe, if not two steps, not progress. And within life expectancy, they measure the health and education of the population. It tells you, say, we're doing great in healthcare, we're doing great in education, we're making progress in feed saloon. So now come back to the border issue. First of all, Reggie and Epic Ready, you go agree with me, say, I think it was around March 2025, where there was this border disparity between Sierra Leone and Guinea. One of the things first I want to let people know, we establish, we all agree on this, Yenga is Sierra Leone. We don't pass that level there. For begin say, Yenga na Salone, Yenga not to Salone, they don't go, Yenga is Sierra Leone. There are conventional agreements on that. That's not to deal with the battle. The disparities and where they happen, we soldier them go, the soldier them come. I don't want to get into too much details of that because it gets security implication.
Okay.
With results to that, I want to leave it there because that is very, very censored information. But President Bio always believe in diplomacy, mediation. I believe, say, anything where they happen between two countries, them not to pass with it. We have great relationship with Guinea. We get trade relationships with Guinea. We get people them waiting at the border of Guinea. They're not sabi Freeton safe. Because if far from us than they for Kamna Freeton, Kana any big ton abu Kenema or Makini, then prefer for trade along Guinea. The feed salon they get to the reason why make we still the challenge, get challenges of local rice or even come to the fore inside markets than Africa and Boko of them are true Guinea than the past. So that trade relationships in we and Guinea, we've been brothers and sisters for a very long time. During the war where people them fed the 11 years civil war we can at this country, we say will people then go seek refuge in Guinea. So we and Guinea always have this relationship. We will not want for break. We're Guinea the one for do elections. That's all we elections materials and they can't take for go help them. When they get crisis, now we force to send medical staff then they for let them go help them. So we and Guinea have this relationship. So President Bio, what is going to happen? President Bio called President Boakai of Liberia. Then he reached out to the president of Ivory Coast, so he sent a representative. But then we go get a tripartite meeting. This tripartite meeting, I think there was 6 key indicators, if I'm not tripping, I know they remember. We come out of this. Some of them, if they can come up my head, I think they agree, forget a framework wherein then we work directly on discussions. We will prevent further deterioration of the situation. Agreement be there also for conduct a reciprocal visit in that area there on both parties. Guinean officials can go there. We say for your officials can go there and go gather information. There will be agree on that without nobody harm each other. There will be agree also on commitment on principles on sovereignty. We have to do with the integrity of the neighbors with the day. With this, I wonder what you understand, say for us. The most paramount in all this, all the talks on a paper talk, Reggie. You can sign paper and this convention. But what is important is the people where they did. Then security, then integrity, then safety. So what's important, the people that don't go back there. And we also, that agreement, they also beget a commitment for resolve border conflicts through diplomatic means. I don't know which article where they talk about. Where I see they mention Article 20 something. I don't know where I get that from. But the UN article where they talk about border resolutions and everything, me knows in Article 33 of the UN Charter. So Article 33.
I talk about Article 2.4 where they talk about state sovereignty.
Well, Article 2.4. Article 33.9 talks about state sovereignty, talk about border disputes and all that. Anyway, but what the article? What I want to say, sir? The article agreement so then get during that was if Sierra Leone and Guinea and Liberia, if there is any deterioration of border conflict, then for also refer to that Article 33. That's a mediation, diplomacy for Sidome and talk. And then they agree back on waiting for creative communication, collaboration, security collaboration around that with the locals and we did it. So after that, when President Bio and President Mamadi signed that agreement there with President Bokai, when the representative from the foreign ministry in Cote d'Ivoire witnessed that MOU there. We've been doing a lot of background engagement, a lot, Reggie. With the C Minister of Foreign Affairs, they go there, they come back, they engage with people them. So yes, the people that don't return back. And one thing I will tell you, so they don't return around, especially around that Kwendu, Nongwa constituent. They don't return the Usada Makoda River Day. They don't resume and still now people that don't go back, and trade not open, businesses not open day, clinics are not open day, schools are not open day, beginning to go through trade crossing point.
This was as at when? Because from the last time we talked to the chief, he be say
from the press release, so from that time.
After the press release opened, the chief did confirm, Mike, that the place is open. They not dispute that fact, but they not return it. Then they afraid for return. He said because the Guinean armed forces and still did it.
The thing is, this government on doing own part for make sure say I don't say people then they go get a PTSD, they go get that post-traumatic stress.
Okay.
So that it had to take time for let them say transition that thing. You say when I use them can't pull in here no more. So German and can one day them pull on it then and say we're gonna come back. When I would watch the end on a back or what's in happen. But what thing I want to let you understand here say we don't take full charge of the territory there. We custom presence there right now. NRA they collect revenue there, like the territory including Yenga. Immigration operations they go on there right now. When we say we get immigration department, they will fully maintain the border presence. Warning protocols even has been established between Guinea and Salone. Say if Guinea want to close the border, they forgive 48 hours notice. Salone want to close the border, they forgive 48 hours notice. So people moving back there, and that the most important thing here is let people go back there. Let people go back there.
How can they say for them, but we don't have security presence there. How secure are the people?
I will say we not get security.
No, it's not me. It's the people living there. Even the honorable Falateng they talk and the last time.
Take out from me now officially as Director of Communications, Office of the Presence. Say we have custom presence there. Okay. That is the security presence. Okay. We have immigration presence there. That is the security presence. Yeah. So
okay.
then they already. Not also Germany will get gone, we get for go put today. No, now customs then they. If you refuse so Germany will go there and embarrass and not get for dinner. Not also Germany to go to map border. And all gone. No, now custom officers and they. So now I make they tell you say officially now we have custom presence there, we get immigration presence there, NRA there where they control that, and I tell you say we don't sign on the MOU with like the border protocol between Guinea and Salone. Say if they want to close the border, 48 hours notice, they forgive Guinea. And we say for one close, we forgive them 48 hours notice. So that is what I'm saying. All this border thing, like you rightly made something that was very sensible, where I want to reflect on. Where you say, the people the way they younger, like Guinea money than you use. The people the way they younger, but two of them, like Guinea more than they are accustomed to. So now I make how they tell you say, all this are paperwork. Then people most of the people that where they live in a border, if you go Jendema self, those who lived in Jendema, when I Kailano, sorry, I don't know Kailano, I think Pujang, Jendema.
Yeah, Pujang district.
We live in Pujang district. Jendema border na by water side. Most of the people that in transactions, not to border in the Cameroon. Not Liberia than they do. Not the Liberian border, you see Leone and they. I know they shop with, I know they go market with. Because now I'm close to them. Now easy access that. So every border settlement, that is what you see. So what I mean once for let people understand it's government re-engagement has always been diplomacy. President Bio is a masterclass in diplomacy. Now that they learn at school. Peace and conflict studies, international studies.
Okay.
We always believe that we approach for be diplomacy. Because you know why? Diplomacy is itself now war.
All right.
And these people not understand, Reggie, America fought war, they not put no boots on the ground. Diplomacy itself na war, na subtle war, na quiet war. Diplomacy no means say, fact no means say pass you go far, gonde. You go put soldier man, they make bravado. They no. You can fight war through diplomacy, engagement, ideas. You make sure the master, you outsmart the other person.
Thank you.
For let's sign fatty thing.
Okay.
So, and that has always been our approach as a government, and we want that people be rest assured that the security of this country is paramount to President Bio.
Thank you.
President Bio once was a security officer, and he's still a security officer. He is the fountain of honor. He is the commander-in-chief, and I believe say one of the things that we're paramount to him. Now the safety of the people of this country.
Thank you.
People need to understand that.
All right, thank you so much, Mike. I'll come to you back for say last word. I for go take calls there now.
For respond to a few things.
That's it. Okay, do one for me quickly, please.
Yes, thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
I go be brief. Yeah?
Okay. Yes.
First of all, I will let Mike know say, like he states, we are not enemies. For me, Koto Alpha Khan on Saturday, on Sunday. On that same Sunday, I was with the Minister of Information
I see you now, AYV.
on AYV. Yeah. The following day, I was with the Executive Secretary of PPRC. The other day, I was with the External Director at ECSL. And then, not too long ago, I was with the Minister of Finance, Fanta Madi, on 98.1. I met at morning coffee with the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Timothy Musa Kaba. I have debated with almost everybody. But with differences then are on policies.
Okay.
I mean, we have always respected each other. But if you can studio, you decide say you work out, not to me tell you for work out. On international violence, there are strictly defined exceptions where threats or use of force is legally justifiable. Now I want to draw some. You talk say the people and say then the afraid military presence still there. So now this Article 2.4, that this is the use of force. Under international law, now Article 2.4 they talk about. You know, side the exception day. In fact, Chapter 8 of the UN Security Council now bring down the exception. When human rights are violated, when you violate the people, the rights of young people there, yeah. Now they introduce this because Sierra Leone being effort fails. So diplomacy not war. Diplomacy na soft power intervention, negotiation, dialogue. War are the use of armed forces.
Thank you.
We need for know that.
0799 I take few calls and then come to me guest them for respond. Please keep to wait till they discuss. Hello, good morning. You must call you from.
Yeah, Fogedi call from Lunge.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I really wonder if the government to me as a disappointment. Why? How I think the best government to made a persuade Guinea for make them left Yenga. Because you will imagine, we said that we get the not to we get the streets that we get the done all that soldier man, the other country go on that side. Whose confidence will get here, will get here now? Let us be honest. With people I don't know. So that's why we didn't have studio for clarify. That's the thing there. So they must be convenient with you. The message to the APC now that they are let them the progress, let them do something for we who are for people. Not this delayance where they continue. Is it that they don't understand what thing they for do with the PPRC always for involved? Yeah, we not follow the go behind. Let them make progress on one they can save this nation. We all understand how we do. The last one do. This let not make up about this in business. Let them give the most competent person, not to anybody to win election. Yes, okay. If they get anybody to go see they win election, but once the better president, they know they are more competent, they are more capable. We don't work with no governance structure. Now we want. Let not make up by my minority business so personal majority.
Gambo. Nobody's Dilidala, they call it Dilidala. You're unfortunate people.
Amsa, thank you. 0799-493. Just few calls are going to entertain, and then we wrap up the program very, very shortly. Hello, good morning. You must have call from. Yes, I go ahead.
Me, the way I see this thing about the Senga business, these bilateral arrangements, we don't try food diplomacy back up by and say last and I can't say come to honest by coma. You know, that is same thing. As government change, we go back to the same thing. Me, I remember as far as 2005, then they get a program at 98.1 where people like were gabbing on them without their advice. That's not good.
You see, and now so they criticize Sheki, saying now so they take police country. And now because now SLPP they can waste 80 million plus in the celebrate them. So you see, we all as alone we guilty. Say this country, once that we party in our power, and trust me, I like now anything where they back what this country self they do. They know I know. I go say Yenga and Asalo Young and Sojaman and Dede. Who's kind how not think say we think Bembemba. Now we guess Yenga Bembem, but foreign soldier and Dede. And when I say Funaki say Bembem we citizen of this country will not get sense. Thank you.
0799-493. Maybe 3 more calls, 1 minute each, and then we. Yes, sir. Go ahead, Mr. Ishmael.
I don't listen to the submissions of Payamba and Mike Brewer. It's not just a client call me one make to both parties. Not to time for blame game. When we do it right for the people of Sierra Leone. But many times I don't even notice say now we one person on a radio begin they say 19 this now we do this, 19 so now we do this. Not to them thing and the people they expect. If we not do something, history will judge. Yeah.
0799-493. Squeeze in 1 more or 2 more, then basically we wrap up. After this, I'll take the last call. Good morning.
Hello, morning.
Yes, sir. Name us call from.
Of course, my enemy we know. So at least better we can come out with statistics, and of course, for let and clear certain things. And so, can you feel this grace over that? Then we know the blame one gets to the APC. Now, like where we know the Secretary General will do for Jagaban, we know so this is what I wish you don't win a Payamba, and for Ibrahim Bangura. And then 2 people and they know they cry. Then people and they talk anything because they're strong in them. So if Usman Timbo, when like a powerful somebody, and other people and they cry, it means say the last stage manage this election, this constituency election. So it means say the need for the genuine. The need for the genuine. Let's give you one example. I get somebody when I are a boy read it to me. Deliver the paper, then get ID card where he own, where you not even go save now just form a seal. Put that jam. Now Jagaban and Gian the ID card. And we Secretary General all the time we country just they embark on soft power. Let it work these days. You see America and Iran.
I'm afraid to dollars that call. I will wrap up now. Let's start off with you. Why should this guy for reconnect with Mike again for saying last word? You respond to the callers then quickly.
Yes, thank you very much. I will be brief. For the one that only call for express some sentiment of sat on the back and inspiration for our continue for do the good work and I go continue unabated by God in power. Now, then say all People's Congress not to take the man party, one caller say so. They don't feel me, but I mean, if you're not able to provide better alternative, we still just get for manage with them 2 parties there. What I think so we for the advocate for, now for law get a national agenda where nobody no go deviate from, no matter the party come. Where both APC and SLPP maybe go drop this national agenda if na parliament invite other bodies and other minority parties, so we all agree. Say this is the blueprint for Sierra Leone. Any party we can this if for follow. You go get your manifesto, but your manifesto for be shaped by this blueprint. Right. I think I don't do for do.
Thank you.
As a country. Yenga has remained the same for the past number of years. He say he don't follow from Pakaba in time, Francis Gabi on the advocacy, but in the final analysis, he go to the thing where I say, say Lord try the International Court of Justice.
Okay.
Let them all the money.
Okay.
They have received text message back where you submit them mobile company, the oral in text, where text say government dispense so percent, the company dispense so percent. So 3 contradicting statements. I get for put all together, analyze them.
Okay.
Yeah. Now 3 different statements now. Yeah.
Okay.
He say Payamba for whole stick and jump na street. He say diplomacy. Who be they say Dr. Samura Kamara diplomatic. You know the people that are doing, you know the protest. He say me. You not go see me self. You see me like possible the old stick and stone. me na a diplomat.
All right. Thank you.
I believe in negotiations. Yeah.
All right.
Again, for protest for your right is fundamental. And not they say and not the protest. Are the protest when it is extremely necessary.
Okay.
And when it is justifiable.
Thank you so much.
I mean, the leadership is different from we. Where they represent.
Okay.
When you are a leader, you get for take that responsibility.
Thank you, Bamba.
Now, all that about soft power, right? When are the carrot approach?
Thank you so much.
And hard power
Thank you. Don't go way over the time. Mike, give opportunity to Mike as well for just saying few words and then we wrap up. Mike, yes.
If I don't call this Malay Anglican talk.
Apologies. Yes, go ahead. Sorry.
It's still okay. My closing word is, may not be able to listen, or not be able within the callers and the talk. But first of all, some few things I just want to make mention. My brother talk say me not for walk away from the studio. I feel say what I do will be good for me and because what about if me actually want to do something we not about we. At the end of the day, we political parties, them the people they want to represent, them will lost faith in we. I just admonish them. Myself equally don't sit with presidential candidates them from the APC. I don't get fierce debate with other people, but I've always kept it respectful. At the end of the day, diplomacy. We'll talk about diplomacy. This is man with all the international always study. I don't know if you know understanding modern and international.
So you see the personal attack?
Yes.
No, this is a personal attack. No. You say all respect each other. They can't tell me with all the international law and studies.
Let's guy for
yeah, I'm an expert in what I do.
Okay. Yeah. Mike, please let's go to the issues.
No. But you have to be respectful.
That's what I'm saying. Hold on.
Temperamental.
No, it is not a matter of temperamental.
Please, gentlemen. Mike, just wrap up. Let's close, please.
So now wrap up. It hits me time.
Okay.
Man, diplomacy na disguise war. I want to let you understand this. Diplomacy na disguise war.
No, it is not.
Okay.
No, it is not. But I mean, I'm not going to slow. You can't tell me what it is. I mean, what I study.
Okay.
Diplomacy is not war. It is not.
You not talk me rubbish.
Okay. Let me just round up. Go ahead. Yes.
Diplomacy. That's why they call diplomatic warfare. That's why you see America, they use embargoes, then they use treaties, then they use tariffs, then they bring other countries them where they align with for other countries.
But then are sanctions.
Yes, go ahead.
That's why they get cyber war. Yeah.
Okay.
Now make so war also the whole thing about diplomacy. Now for like get soft power. Now for like you get soft power over the edge of the person. So if, like for instance, America they use diplomacy a lot for win wars. They don't fire no gun. Okay. I want to know say war. It's not only what. Not only for firearms.
So
thank you.
They confuse ammunition.
I'll just say with you.
I think I will get the point.
Allow me land.
Yes.
Land.
Right. Now the thing is when they create me and you.
No.
Go ahead, sir. Please. We don't go away. I don't go over me time. Trust me. Go ahead. Yes.
So okay. So this is what I want to let me understand. War encompasses far more than physical combat of firearms.
Okay.
Yeah. And we are modern conflicts today. People that use diplomacy for end war. I'm not talking about diplomatic warfare. Talk about cyber warfare.
Okay.
You use treaties, you use embargoes, you use tariffs, you slam them on countries, then forget them what you want for letting. Because at the end of the day, all thing boils down to what? Signing documents.
All right.
So diplomacy is also soft war. It's soft war. I want to let my brother understand that. If you don't understand that. The last thing I want to let people know in 1 minute is this. ECOWAS. Sierra Leone will host ECOWAS Summit. I want to let people understand here where they listen to me say, this is good for Sierra Leone in so many ways. Love all the listen to brother and propaganda. Put cost to it, put money to it. This person say money, no, they go here. This person, no. Everything our brothers are doing, then they do them for discredit what they do. ECOWAS good in many ways. It puts we up their diplomatic positions in the country. Then one, this ECOWAS summit gets a lot of investment opportunities that we go put on salon. Do you imagine 10 head of states and they come inside this country for once? Do you know which business treaties, which negotiations that they will sign coming into the country 2 days, you did it, then they get one or two presidents and what treaties and go sign? It's good for the hotel makers then. It's even good for people where the economy in Alunge, when at the hotbed of APC, then not for they even oppose this. Because it's not about Ugota, not Kenema Ugota. This is in their own hotbed of APC.
All right, thank you.
A conference center. All the hotels some way they under. Lunge the economy.
I have to respond.
Yeah, so let's look at it nationally.
No.